Hey everyone! Welcome to the Gentle English Podcast. I'm Emma, and I'm so happy you're here with us.
Hi everyone, I'm Mike, and yes, we finally did it. We talked about this podcast for so long, and now it's real. I'm honestly very excited and a little nervous too.
That's totally okay, Mike. Being a little nervous usually means something matters. And to everyone listening, thank you for spending your time with us today.
Yes, thank you so much. Whether you're walking, driving, cooking, or just relaxing, we're really glad you're here. This podcast is for real life English, not perfect textbook English.
Exactly. And before we continue, quick friendly reminder, if you enjoy learning English with us, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the episode, and write a comment. We actually read them and reply.
Yes, please do. Your likes and comments really help the channel grow, and they help us know you better. Think of it as a small English practice, too.
All right, now let's take a breath and start properly. Mike, how are you feeling today? Be honest.
Honestly, I feel good and a bit proud. Starting something new always feels scary, but also exciting. I feel like we're building something useful here.
I feel the same. As a teacher, I see so many learners who want to speak English but feel stuck, and that's why this podcast exists. So, Mike, let's talk about today's topic. Our theme is Stop Thinking, Start Talking, and this problem is very common, especially for English learners.
Oh, yes, very common. I think many people listening are thinking, that's me. I overthink every sentence before I speak.
Exactly. Overthinking means you think too much before you speak. You plan every word, every grammar rule, every mistake, and then you say nothing.
Yes, that happens to me all the time. I know the words, but my brain freezes. I start thinking, is this correct? Is this stupid?
And that's the problem. Your brain wants perfect English, but real communication doesn't work like that. People don't speak perfectly, even native speakers.
That was a big surprise for me. When I moved to the US, I thought everyone spoke perfect English all the time. But people stop, repeat, change sentences. It's normal.
Exactly. But learners often think, if I make a mistake, people will judge me, so they choose silence instead of speaking.
Yes, silence feels safer. But at the same time, silence doesn't help you improve. It's like going to the gym and just watching others exercise.
That's a great example. You can listen forever, but speaking is a skill you must practice, and overthinking is one of the biggest blockers. Now, let's clarify something important. Stop thinking does not mean stop caring. It means stop trying to be perfect.
I like that, because when I hear stop thinking, I imagine talking without control. But it's more about trusting yourself, right?
Exactly. You still think, but just enough to communicate. You don't need a perfect sentence. You need a clear message.
So the goal is not perfect English. The goal is people understand me. That already feels less stressful.
Yes. Let me give a simple example. If you say, yesterday I go shop and buy bread, everyone understands you, even if it's not perfect.
That's true. Nobody will stop you and say, grammar police. They'll just think, okay, you bought bread.
Exactly. Communication first, perfection later. And when you speak more, your English naturally improves.
I wish someone told me this earlier. I spent so much time silent because I was preparing, but preparation without speaking doesn't work.
That's such an important point. Thinking too much feels productive, but often it's just fear in disguise. Speaking breaks that fear.
So if someone listening feels stuck right now, they're not lazy, they're just overthinking, and that's something we can change.
Yes, and we will talk about how to change it step by step with real examples, real stories, and small habits. No pressure, no stress.
And I'll be honest about my mistakes too, because I'm still learning, just like our listeners. We're in this together.
Mike, I think this is a good moment to talk about your story. Many listeners don't know this, but English was not easy for you at all. Can you share a little about that?
Yes, of course. I'm German, and English was never part of my daily life when I was younger. At school, I studied it, but honestly, I didn't take it seriously.
That's very common. Many people learn English a little at school, but never really use it. What happens later?
Well, I stopped learning English for a long time. I thought I can do this later, and later became much later.
And then life surprised you, right?
Yes, exactly. When I moved to the United States, reality hit me very fast. Suddenly, English was everywhere, at work, in stores, on the phone.
That must have been stressful.
Very stressful. I understood a lot when people spoke, but when it was time for me to talk, my mind went blank.
So you had passive knowledge, but speaking was the problem.
Yes, I knew grammar rules, I knew vocabulary, but I was scared to open my mouth. I didn't want to sound stupid or slow.
And this is something I see with my students all the time. They know more than they think, but fear blocks them.
Exactly. I remember standing in a cafe wanting to order coffee and rehearsing one sentence in my head for 2 minutes.
2 minutes for one coffee. That's real life learning right there.
And sometimes, after all that thinking, I said nothing, or I changed my mind and left. That's when I knew something had to change.
That's a powerful moment. When silence starts controlling your life, it's time to act.
Yes, I also regret one thing. I regret not starting earlier. I always think, why didn't I take English seriously before?
Here's the good news. It's never too late. And your story proves that.
Exactly. I'm not perfect, but I'm better than before, and now I'm learning openly, together with our listeners.
That's why this podcast is honest. Not perfect native English, but real progress, step by step. So let's talk about solutions. How can someone stop thinking so much and start talking?
For me, the first step was speaking shorter. I stopped trying to say long, beautiful sentences. One idea, one sentence.
That's a great strategy. Simple English is powerful English. You don't need advanced words to communicate.
Exactly. Instead of thinking for 30 seconds, I just spoke, even if the sentence was not perfect.
Another helpful habit is speaking out loud, even when you're alone, at home, in the car, anywhere. Your brain needs to hear your English voice.
Yes, talking to yourself feels strange at first, but it really works. It builds confidence.
And here's something important for learners. Don't correct yourself every 2 seconds. Finish the thought first.
That was hard for me. I wanted to stop and fix every mistake, but that kills fluency.
Exactly. Fluency comes from flow, not from perfection. You can correct mistakes later.
Another small change, use time better. Instead of scrolling on your phone for 15 minutes, listen to English or speak a little.
Yes, even 10 or 15 minutes a day is enough. Consistency matters more than long study sessions. Small daily habits bring big results.
And podcasts help a lot. You listen, you get used to natural English, and then speaking feels less scary.
That's exactly why we created Gentle English. Calm voices, real conversations, and English you can actually use.
So if you're listening right now, don't wait to be ready. Start speaking first, thinking later.
Beautifully said. And remember, mistakes are not the enemy. Silence is. And now I want to talk about something very important. Many learners think people judge their grammar, but in real life, people care about something else.
Yes, this surprised me a lot. People don't listen to check your grammar. They listen to understand you.
Exactly. In real conversations, people care about three things: your idea, your emotion, and the connection.
Not perfect grammar, not fancy words, just real communication.
Let's take a simple example. A shop. If you say, "I need help find jacket," the worker understands you immediately.
They don't think, oh no, wrong grammar. They think, okay, this person wants a jacket, and they help you.
Right. Communication works. Now imagine small talk. Someone asks, "How's your day?"
If you answer, good, little busy today, that's not perfect English, but it's real English.
And it feels natural. People respond to your energy, not your grammar. They feel if you're friendly or closed.
I remember a moment at work. I said something like, I understand this part very well. I knew it was wrong, but everyone understood me.
And what happened?
People helped me. Nobody laughed me. The conversation just continued.
That's such an important lesson. Most people want to understand you, not judge you, especially in real life.
Yes, when I stopped trying to sound smart, my English actually became better.
Because language is about connection. If your message is clear and your intention is kind, grammar becomes secondary.
This changed everything for me. I realized I don't need perfect English to live my life. I need usable English.
And that's what we want for our listeners too. English that helps you talk, connect, and live, not English that keeps you silent.
So let's end with this simple idea. Don't wait to feel confident before you speak. Confidence comes after you start talking.
Beautifully said. Speak first, confidence later. Make mistakes, sound imperfect. It's okay. That's how progress looks.
If you're listening right now and thinking, I want to speak, but I'm scared, remember, you're not alone.
We've been there, and we're still learning too. That's why we're doing this podcast together with you.
If this episode helped you, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. It really supports us and the project.
And please write a comment. Tell us, what stops you from speaking English right now? We'd love to read and reply.
Thank you for spending this time with us. Take care of yourself and be gentle with your English. See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. And remember, stop thinking, start talking.